Life Hacks Beyond Convention with Dee and Sonia.
I used
I
to do a
like
lot of
trying things.
scrapbooking.
Yeah,
Um,
that's one thing I have stuck with for years and years.
mm,
There's not many hobbies I stick to. I usually dabble in it for 5 minutes and then, okay, I've done that. I mean, I
mm,
did one of those couple of pour paintings and yeah, things like that. But the scrapbooking has stuck,
mm,
probably because of my love of photography and the
mm,
fact that I have millions of photos. Um,
mm,
but it was simple. It's cut and paste.
mm,
So, and I can walk away from it.
mm, mm,
Yeah.
mm.
So,
Yeah, well, I've done all sorts of things like the quilling.
mm. Yes,
Or,
I've seen quilling done. Yeah.
yeah, quilling, tapestry, cross stitch. I even
Yeah.
did lead light at one point, but none of
Okay.
those
Wow.
things. Yeah, none of those things are things that I've stuck to.
Mm. And there's
And
something
I
called,
like to do mosaics.
oh, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I keep thinking that's something I should do. I think I'd
That's
enjoy
an
that.
that's an op shop opportunity because you can just
Yeah,
go buy your crockery from an op shop.
yeah.
Yeah, there's paper towel. I think that's the one where, like, the quilling is you wind
Mm,
the thin bits of paper
yep.
around. I think paper towel is layered bits of
Oh, yeah,
picture.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah.
base picture, and then you make it
Yeah,
3D. And
yeah,
there's
yeah. I
yeah,
never actually did much of that and they used a tiny little bit of like it was almost like a foam sticky tape type of
yes,
thing. They
yeah.
put
I use
between
that in
frames.
scrapbooking, so I've done a little bit of that. And
Yeah.
there is another one. mm, I'll think of it later.
Well, and
Yeah,
decoupage was something back
that's the
in the
one.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think they do
They
that a bit now too, but they use tissue paper and stuff like serviettes. Yeah, we've got
Oh,
some of
yeah.
those fancy serviettes these days.
Yep.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
use the serviettes in some. It's
Yeah.
decoupage like. I don't know whether it's actually
Mm.
decoupage, but a decoupage
Yeah.
like activity.
Yeah, because when I was looking at decoupage, it was in a style that I wouldn't like. It sort of looked like the 1800s and
Mm.
that's just not
Yeah,
my
very
scene.
vintage, wasn't it? Yeah,
Yeah. Bit
yeah.
Laura
Antique. Actually,
Ashley-ish.
more than vintage, it was antique.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
you're
and
right.
often girly, and I'm not girly, so
Mm.
now you've got me thinking about the serviettes. So yeah, you could do it with washi
Well, I
tape.
reckon because they use these days they have something they call the Mod Podge. But that
Oh
reminds me,
yes,
what we used to use was Aquadear glue, and we usually thinned it down a little bit with water, didn't we?
yeah, yeah,
And I wonder
yeah.
if that's all the Mod Podge is. It looks kind
Mm.
of the same.
Well,
Like
yeah,
the
and it
finished
was
product, I mean, looks kind of the
does
same.
yes. Washi tape was what I was thinking of.
Oh, washi tape. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I've
because and
seen
I've
that.
got a heap of those just because they're pretty, and I just want to
Yes,
play with them. Um,
yes.
but having those kind of hobbies, if we go back to frugality, you can spend a heck of a lot of money on it,
Huge amount.
but it's probably cheaper in the long run if because you can create gifts, you can decorate different, yeah,
Well,
create
and you can
pictures.
find different things from the op shop too for crafts and
Oh,
that.
yes.
There was all sorts of different things in the op shops. It's just that because I know I'm not going to do them, I didn't really look
Mm.
at what was there.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
you'd be surprised what comes through
Mm.
because
Yeah.
people buy themselves a kit
Yeah.
that sits in their cupboard for 3 years and then they think, oh, this is ridiculous. Let's op shop it. I'm never
Yep.
going to. And so it ends up, a brand new craft kit in the op
Yes.
shop. That's
Yeah.
where you've got to be a bit dedicated to going and checking them all the time, whereas I'm
Yeah.
not.
Yeah. I did a little bit of jewelry making and then that ran
Mm,
its course very quickly, as with everything else, nearly everything else I do.
mm,
And so I gave it to someone else who does jewelry making
mm.
because.
Yeah, I did a little bit of beading in that for a while, but
Oh, yes.
like my
Yeah.
favourite.
Do
My
you think
kids
that
enjoy beading.
yeah, I think we looked at a lot of different craft concepts because we homeschooled. And so
Yes.
we enriched the education with, yeah, different variations.
Well, one
So,
of the other things I got at the op shop yesterday, when I said I went through all of those books, I
mm,
found a book on paper making.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I thought, oh, I'll add this to my little collection because we did quite a lot of paper making through when we were doing the homeschooling.
Yep.
And my kids, or all of the kids that visited, that they wanted to do that all the time. Was
We must
make
have done
paper.
some with you at some point because I'm sure I remember having a piece that we'd created. Yeah.
Probably because if you
Yeah.
visited and the girls were doing it, or
Yes.
any of the kids that visited, they always loved it. It was
Yeah.
a quite popular activity.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, and yeah, and actually it's surprising how many people do paper making like in the modern world. It's not just
Yeah.
something from back in the 90s and 2000s when we were homeschooling.
Yeah.